Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for coming. This is certainly convenient for me. I have a board of directors meeting at 2 o'clock right after this, so going on site would have been a difficult challenge. Our recovery phase is a coordinated effort among several city department agencies and the Great Lakes Water Authority and community partners. We are grateful for the community support, including from the principal, Juan Martinez, who offered parking and a place for our crews to stay warm at Cesar Chavez Academy, as well as the organizations donating translation services as well as in-kind services. And I also want to thank the American Water Resource Company, who's a partner with DWSD. They're a warranty company that does plumbing work for homes in the city of Detroit. The CEO, Aaron Cooper, made a very large donation to this effort. He's also going to allow his resources, his inspectors, his contractors to work on this project, and he's going to forgive the bills of any customers that are AWR customers for the next 6 months in that particular area. So we certainly appreciate his support. This morning, we restored most of the 6-inch water main that broke during the large transmission main break. 4 houses remain out of service on Beard Street, and they have received bottled water. Also of concern is the fact that our employees went door to door to those 50 houses. We delivered water, and we also gave them a notice that for the next 2 weeks, at those 50 houses only, they need to be under a boil water alert as a precautionary measure. This is standard operating procedure. When we put a service line back in service, we must test the water for bacteria twice, 24 hours apart. So it'll take 48 hours for the testing to take place. Normally, we would not have put it back in service until that testing was done, but we need the fire hydrants to be active in that area. And while that line was out, there were several fire hydrants on Beard Street. And as you know, there are a lot of our customers that are using electrical heaters, and we want to make sure that the fire department has any water that they may need in case of an emergency. So we put them back in service. We asked that just those 50 houses to boil water for the next 2 days. We've already done the first round of testing. It's at the lab. We're looking for bacteria. In 24 hours, we'll do another round of testing, and then the boil water alert will be lifted. The Great Lakes Water Authority and its contractors continue to inspect the 54-inch main to determine the repair steps that are necessary. And I think they're putting out a release that basically says that they are ready to cut out approximately 2 feet of the broken section. They've ordered and they're waiting for an arrival of a new piece of pipe so that they can continue to make repairs. So that's going well. Last night, 133 households stayed in hotels, and the health department continues to assist with transportation to and from work for displaced residents. About 400 homes were impacted by the flooding from the water transmission main break, and we have confirmed through 110 city inspections so far that at least 100 homes had some water in the basement. Our recovery phase is focused on finishing those inspections and securing the contractors to provide basement clean out, cleaning and sanitation services, as well as furnace, hot water tank, and electrical repairs. Those contracts will be in place on Monday, and work will actively begin immediately. We are dedicating a team to focus on recovery efforts over the next 6 weeks to get people back in their homes and address health and safety issues. The damage claim process through DWSD will go live today at detroitmi.gov/DWSD. With that, I'm prepared to take any questions. And with me here is my Deputy Director, Sam Smalley, who's overseeing the operations of DWSD right now. Yes?
Can you clarify the difference between 400 impacted homes and the 100 with basement, water
Yeah.
basement?
So we know the impacted area. If we do a map, there are 400 homes in that area. So that's the universe of homes that we're working with. We know that we've already been inside as of yesterday, and that work has continued on today. So I know the numbers have grown, but I won't get an update until 3:30. We know that 110 homes were inspected of the 400, and we know that 100 of them, when we were in there, had some form of basement water in their basement. Yes.
How many people did you say stayed in hotels last night?
Well, I know that there were 133. That's houses. There may be 2 to 3 people per house, but 133 houses.
As I understand it, the city and Gleewell will cover the costs that insurance does not cover in terms of damages or repairs.
Yes, that's what the claim process is about.
What if a person doesn't have homeowners insurance or renters insurance to start?
Yeah. File your claim, and we will make the necessary adjustments.
As far as the person does have insurance, though, they have to get the deductible for the city/Gleewell to pay that deductible.
Yeah, file the claim and put the 250, whatever the deductible is in the claim, and we will have a third-party insurance adjuster work with the homeowner to make them whole.
And any idea how many vehicles impacted?
Yeah, I know that there was only one that had been towed to the 4th precinct. I know that the mayor gave directions today, last night, that DWSD salted all of the vehicles that are frozen to the ground in the area, and they're out there now chipping away that ice. And so we'll have a better idea of the number of vehicles when the claims are made, as well as when we get them out of the ice and we're able to get them into a shop.
A couple of things here, Gary. On the initial emergency calls for help, citizens were reporting hearing a loud explosion or a bang. Is that normal when a water main breaks? I've never heard such a thing.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not going to say it's normal, but it's happened before. This is a 54-inch water main that's under pressure, and if it gives way, there could be an explosion. That I imagine, from what I saw, the crater in the street, that street went somewhere. Concrete went somewhere. It exploded and went into the air. So I don't doubt that that's true. Plenty of neighbors told me that when they called 911, it was because they heard an explosion.
Can I add a little?
Yeah, Sam.
Just to add a little bit to that, remember that the water, using hydraulic forces, was able to break open 2 to 3 feet of concrete and asphalt. So that's the power of water, especially when we're talking about a 54-inch transmission main at 50, 60, 70 psi, pounds per square inch. So it has tremendous forces, and the breaking of that concrete and asphalt will certainly make a lot of noise.
Any more questions?
It might not be in your purview, it might be Gleewell's purview. Where was that pipe going? Who does that serve? The pipe that's broken. Who does that serve?
Well, it serves Detroit. We have distribution lines that are running off of it, and I'm assuming that it would go west, Sam, through Dearborn?
Yes.
Yes.
Do people upstream of that break need to be concerned about anything?
No. No, they need not be concerned.
You did mention anytime there's a water main break, you say, well, the water.
Yeah, it's
water main break.
it's the people that are out of service that are being serviced by that particular piece of pipe.
Okay, very good.
Can you clarify the timeline of the well water line hearing just now?
Yeah, it is going to be for 48 hours. We started today. So as I indicated, we've already done the first round of testing. This is all standard. We're looking for bacteria that may be in the line. And 24 hours after the first test come back, you can do a second test. And then after you get those results back, you can put the line back in service. Or you can stop the boil water alert.
For the structures that are right around where the hole is,
Yeah.
do you know if those structures are still okay, or
Yeah.
have they been compromised and will not be able to be lived in?
Yeah, we'll know more as we get in. We're able to look at Google Maps at the condition of the foundations this time last year, and we can look at it now. We've taken pictures, and it doesn't appear to be any foundation damage, but we're going to need some of the snow and the ice to melt to see if maybe driveways have been impacted. But if they have, we're going to take care of that damage. Yes.
The form that you're discussing, is that online right now? Or is that later today?
It's going to be, is it, Brian, is it now? It's later today. We're having it translated into Spanish to make sure that we have it both ways.
So there'll be a Spanish version as well?
Yes.
And then once people file that form, what's the timeline turnaround, not only on the repairs that I know you talked about, but financial compensation down the line? What can people expect?
Yeah, it's going to be dependent on the photographs that are going to be needed to document the items that were damaged. But it's going to take at least 6 weeks. The main thing is get the homes so that people can live in them. Let's get the furnaces, the hot water tanks. Let's get them sanitized and clean so that people can get back in them. That's the phase that we're in now, and then we'll start addressing, resolving the claims right after that. But we intend to do this within the next 6 to 8 weeks.
And one last one, I think, for me for now. Can you talk about how frequently you guys have seen even minor breaks that have caused home damage, flooding damage?
You got an idea?
A very small percentage of the water main breaks that we have actually affect homes, as this one has. For the most of the breaks, especially on the smaller distribution lines, it'll go into the street. The catch basins will collect it. It's not too much flow for the sewers to handle. When a 54-inch main breaks, we're talking thousands upon thousands of gallons per minute. That overwhelm the sewer system, causing the unfortunate water embasements that we see today. So it's very rare.
Do you have numbers or an estimate you could provide on the frequency? You may not.
No, I don't. We don't have that, but it's very rare.
When you say 400 homes impacted, I know that you've been able to look at about 110 of them. Is that just a disruption to water or power services, or do you suspect that those homes also have water damage in the basement?
Yeah, it's a variation. We know of the 110 that we've inspected, we know the ones that don't have electricity, we know the ones that don't have heat, we know all of them have had some form of water damage, and so we're prioritizing them, and we'll actually start cleaning out some of those homes tomorrow that weren't severely impacted, but they need to be sanitized. This is one microphone. They need to be sanitized, and we'll start that tomorrow.
Gary, last one for me. Can you just take us inside that Monday morning meeting? It seems like you cut a lot of red tape and a lot of bureaucracy to get to a point where immediately that afternoon you could tell the.
Well, that's Mike Duggan. that's all. He said we're go find a way to work with GLEWA and cut through the normal red tape that it would take when you're using federal FEMA dollars or CDBG dollars. These dollars are coming from the Detroit Water and Sewer Department as well as GLEWA, and so we don't have a lot of the red tape in front of us. That's number one. Number two, this isn't new to us. I mean, I've done projects like this that were 600 homes in Jefferson Chalmers under different circumstances, and it was sewage and not water. But the effort that we're undergoing now, we have a team of people that are used to doing this kind of work, and you're going to see us get through these homes pretty quickly. All right. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.